Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to the Omni Coalition News Show. It has been quite a while. We are also known as TOCNS. The Omni Coalition News Show, aka TOCNS, is a dive into the weird, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, covering topics seldomly, if ever, seen from most news sources these days. Join us! During a time of political overabundance and divisiveness, we present you with more unifying topics to discuss, for the most part. For links to those articles, the music in the background, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Please check out our link tree. We are in a lot of places. Anyway, I am Xander, and today I am joined by he who has no identity. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Alright?
I am nobody.
Anyway, today is Tears Day, aka Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. So let's jump into the news today, shall we? We're going to start us off here in Oddity Central. Girl keeps cutting power in her home village to meet lover under cover of darkness. Wow, okay. Selfish bit. A young girl from the Indian state of Bihar kept cutting the power in her entire village so she can meet a boy from a rival village without anyone seeing them together. Wow. The people of Betaya, a village in Bihar's West Champaran district, has been on the edge for over a week due to the unusual power outages that seem to occur almost every night. The total darkness created perfect opportunities for thieves, so people appealed to the electricity company to fix their network, but its representatives reported no infrastructure issues. No one could understand what was going on until one night when some of the locals stood watch in the village and caught a young couple meeting under cover of darkness. It turned out that the local girl, Preeti Kumari, had fallen in love with Raj Kumar, a young man from a rival village, and she kept cutting the power to the village she kept cutting power in the whole village. Okay, so there's a typo that messed me up. To keep the relationship a secret. Wow. So, like, that is irresponsible, selfish. They should put her in prison for at least a year.
Was she just like flipping the breaker, or was she like destroying the substation?
Let's see here. Quote, Preeti used to cut off the electricity of the village with every night, to which many thefts were reported in the village. We were troubled by that girl, end quote, but it's not telling me how. Yeah, it's not telling me exactly how. Alright, well, if anybody wants to go down that rabbit hole, please tell us how she did it, if possible to figure it out. Let us know in the comments section. But we got to move on up here. And also, yeah, please go to the links in the underbar, as I said before. All the articles that we're going to be covering are all down there. We just read a couple to spark interest. Please give them the footwork. They put in a lot of the work.
You skipped the best part of that story, is that the locals then got them married so they'd stop doing it.
Oh my god, really?
Yes.
Wow, that's hilarious. Yikes. I would have just thrown at least her in prison, because, causing thefts,
At least a large fine, and for a small village, that's, mean to do.
Well, you gotta do something. You gotta set an example. But anyway, let's move on up here. This is what you're talking about, and I want to know this too. More from Oddity Central. A farmer moves to the big city and tried to raise cattle on an apartment balcony. What? Of course, China. Here we go. Chinese farmer who had recently relocated from his rural home to an... Well, my phone is doing a thing. From his rural home to an urban apartment building in Sichuan province shocked his new neighbors when he started raising 7 calves on his balcony. Imagine living on the upper floors of an urban residential complex and waking up one morning to the mooing of bovines and the smell of manure. Yuck. That was a shocking experience of hundreds of people in Sichuan province who were shocked to find that a new neighbor had started raising cattle on his small 5th-floor apartment balcony. The man had recently relocated from a village and brought 7 bovine calves, weighing between 10 and 20 kilograms, with him to raise as pets. Annoyed by the constant mooing and the foul smell of the young bovines, many of the residents called the authorities, and the animals were forcibly removed on the first day of their new home. Good. Yeah, that's wild. And that's on a balcony. If they grew up, would that collapse? That's
yes,
a lot of weight.
They wouldn't fit.
Yeah. And also, that is, Chinese architecture, that stuff just crumbles like cardboard.
Call it tofu for a reason.
Mm-hmm. But man, like, I mean, sometimes I really question, like, I can't believe people are really that stupid, you know? Like, raising calves on a balcony. Are you out of your mind? Wow.
I know people around where I live who raise chickens like in apartments.
Well, that's something else. Like, you know, yeah, they still smell and all that stuff, but like, that's a lot more manageable. You know, still on the brink of like, you know, why are you doing that? But whatever. Anyway, here we go. More from Audio Central. Man ruptures lung while screaming at concert of favorite idol group. A 19-year-old man in China reportedly ended up with a hole in his lung while screaming his heart out at a concert in his favorite idol group. A young man from Shenzhen, China, recently suffered a pneumothorax, also known as a collapsed lung, while screaming loudly during a concert of his favorite idol group. Chinese media reported that the 19-year-old was enthusiastically screaming during the band's... Why is it saying the same things in different ways? The unnamed youth was taken to the emergency room of a Sichuan hospital where doctors concluded that he suffered an alveolar rupture in one of his lungs due to screaming with excessive force during the concert. So, yeah, don't scream too hard, people. You might pop your lung like a balloon. Not good. We also have, what else? More from Audio Central. A pervert installed cameras under his truck to film under girls' skirts. Yikes. So it says here, 44...
This is Japan.
Yep.
Yes.
44-year-old Japanese man has been arrested and accused of indecent acts after allegedly installing several cameras under his truck so he could drive by young girls and film under their skirts. Voyeurism and upskirt photography are apparently so widespread in Japan that there is even a word for them, shikan. It describes men who inappropriately try to take pictures under women's skirts without consent. What's up?
Chikan.
Shikan, okay. It is one of the most bizarre cases of shikan ever reported. A middle-aged man has been arrested for installing at least 4 cameras under his light delivery truck so he could slowly drive by skirt-wearing girls, some of them still in primary school, yuck, and film under their skirts. Like, isn't the age of consent in Japan like 13 or 12 or something? 11?
16. 16 to get married, 13... I think is consent. I don't know.
Yikes.
It's messed up.
That is yikes.
I think they just recently raised it to 16, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, because, you know, like, I swore full adulthood, you know, as far as, like, you know, consent of certain acts is, you know, as low as, like, 13. It's just, like, Japan. Like,
this
yikes.
is such a problem, though, the chicans. It's usually reserved for people in trains. But anyways, they have to have, like, it's built into their phones, and it's required by law that if your phone is taking a picture, it has to make a shutter sound. You literally, like, people will import phones from foreign countries just to get around that. But that's illegal, obviously, because these people are such a problem there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, the article continues on. It says, after discovering the trucks under his truck, police raided the man's home and found over 30 hard drives containing hundreds of voyeuristic videos. And despite his continued denial of the accusations, authorities suspect that the number of victims could reach as many as 1,000. Good God. Man, Japan, like, why is this so prevalent in your nation? This is... why? Like... yikes. Anyway, let's move on up here. Moving on up to UPI, we have Northern Ireland man plays drums for over 150 hours straight. Whoa. That's impressive. Northern Ireland musician attempted to recapture a Guinness World Record by playing the drums for more than 150 hours. Alistair Brown, at the age of 45, started his attempt at the record for longest drumming marathon by an individual on July 16th and completed his project Saturday after surpassing his goal of 150 hours. Brown, who has held the record twice in the past, was attempting to beat the current record of 134 hours and 5 minutes, which was set by Canadian Steve Gall in 2015. So, yeah, it's just like, no, this is my record. Mine!
Nobody's going to pass it now. But, dude, 150 hours is 6 1/4 days.
Yeah. Well, obviously, he must have had some breaks, like, because I wonder what the break a lot of time is. Like, he has to stop to drink water, he has to rest, because, like...
He has to pee.
Yeah, it has to pee. Like, I wonder, like how wishy-washy do they get with the rules? Because, like, you know, you may have a good point. Like, you know, 150 hours is 6 1/4 days, and that's getting about to the point where if you don't sleep in that time, you will die. Remember that...
Yep.
That one guy, like, he streamed for 7 days, right? No, he didn't stream, but he gamed for for 7 days, like straight. In I think it was Korea, right?
Probably, yeah.
And then just like died at the internet cafe, like wild. So, what else?
Perhaps he was hitting the drum with one hand while drinking and peeing with the other hand to keep the record going. I don't know.
I mean, like, you know what? Maybe, like, if anybody wants to, go down that rabbit hole, tell us in the comment section. That'd be awesome. We got to move on up here. We have the world's largest tattoo honors rapper Takeoff. So, like, what is this? Like, because we were talking about this before the show. Like, there's only so much bigness you can get with tattoos. Like how big can people get? Or, like, are they stitching skins together? And you started talking about that anime that scared the hell out of me. A group of Atlanta tattoo studios teamed up to pay tribute to rapper Takeoff and break a Guinness World Record with a tattoo measuring 79 square feet and 6 square inches in area.
That's a lot of people.
Okay, the artists from Atlanta Inc., Iron Palm Tattoos, and Pisse Noir use synthetic silicone skin as a canvas. Well, this is not real tattoo then. That's synthetic. You're basically just making a painting at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're just drawing on a canvas.
Yeah, so it's not really a tattoo. I guess, like, technically the way that they made it, they used tattoo guns on synthetic skin, so that's how they're getting away with it. But no, if you're gonna make a tattoo, you gotta do it real. Like, so. But I am not advocating for skinning people and attaching the skins to make bigger tattoos. Like, that's horrifying. So please, nobody do that. I wonder, though, like, without that technicality, what would be the world's largest tattoo? Because that's yet another rabbit hole. Like, because if I search for world's largest tattoo, we'll probably bring this up.
The largest tattoo in one session. Because, I mean, you can tattoo your whole body. Plenty of people have. But to go all at it all at once, man, that takes some time.
Yeah. Yeah, it would. Anyway, let's move on up here. Spicy. Here we go. Ontario couple kiss after eating spicy peppers to break world record. What? I didn't even realize that was a thing. An Ontario, Canada couple ate spicy peppers and then locked lips for more than 15 minutes to break the Guinness World Record for the longest habanero pepper kiss. Oh, they really do make records for everything. This is wild. Yeah, well, I learn that every single time we do a record article. It's just like, really? That's a record? Like,
so I've probably broken some records.
Probably. London couple, Mike and Jamie Jack ate a habanero each and then had to start kissing within 30 seconds to comply with Guinness World Record rules. So they held their kiss for 15 minutes, 6.5 seconds, earning the record. The couple set their goal at 15 minutes because they will be celebrating their 15th anniversary this year. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. So good on you two.
Both love spicy things, obviously.
I love how the guy has a picture of his face on his shirt. He's wearing the same headband.
He's making the same face.
Yeah, actually, no. It's a different headband. That one has black text. This one has white. But that's pretty funny. And she doesn't look too like she does not look happy. She's just like, yeah, I'm here. Well, all right. Anyway, now this one raised an eyebrow. Gorilla mistakenly believed to be male gives birth at Columbus Zoo. How do you screw this up? Or this reeks of liberal ideology. Like, oh, what defines a male? What is a woman? Like, well, I mean, did nobody look? Balls? Did nobody look? You know, like when they brought him in, he was probably tranquilized. You know, they do a basic health checkup to see if it's okay. Like, what's between the legs? How do you not see this? A gorilla who zookeepers had thought to be male was only discovered to be female when she was found holding her new baby girl. So nobody even realized that she gave birth or anything. How do you not see this? How do you not blind? How do you not see a gorilla giving birth in a zoo? Like, somebody has to see something. There's cameras everywhere. They're always monitoring. Like this is ridiculous.
Oh man, that gorilla that's having gay sex last week sure is getting fat.
Oh my god! Zookeepers at the Columbus Zoo in Ohio said in a statement that the 8-year-old Sully, a western lowland gorilla, has lived at the facility with her mother and fellow troop members since 2019. For 5 years, the zoo believed she was a male. Quote, it's hard to tell the sex of younger gorillas until about age 8. Males and females are about the same size, and they don't have prominent sex organs, the zoo, in quote, the zoo said in its statement after Thursday's birth. Okay, well, that explains that, kind of, but, like, still, like, it's not like they have a cloaca, dude. They're mammalian. How do you not tell? Like, this is ridiculous. So, this is just, bad zooing on their behalf.
I blame liberal politics.
Yeah.
They didn't want to assume its gender.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, maybe that's the culprit. But anyway, let's move on up here. A Wisconsin woman amassed a collection of 23,632 Winnie the Pooh items. Oh, dang, Alice.
Xi Jinping's gonna be mad.
Yeah. Yeah. A Wisconsin woman who has held the Guinness World Record for the largest collection of Winnie the Pooh memorabilia since 2008 said her collection now amounts to 23,632 unique items. Holy cow.
Out of how many? Like 24,000 unique items?
Yeah,
She probably has them all.
Yeah, I know, right? Den Hoffman of Waukesha first earned the record in 2008 when she had 2,891 pieces related to A.A. Milne's fictional toy bear, and the record has now been updated by Guinness World Records after the organization confirmed she has now 23,632 different items. I didn't even think that was possible to have that many different items for one IP. You're not even an IP, but for one character. That is madness. Like, I didn't even realize there were 23,000 different objects in the world. Like, yikes.
Oh, now that the copyright on them is run out, there's going to be even more, because anybody can make anything Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, yeah, no, have you seen that new movie, Winnie the Pooh?
No, but I've heard of it.
Oh, God,
it's
so bad. It is so bad. It's bad good, kind of, I guess. Like, it's horrible. It's like they literally just like went to a Halloween store and just bought like a bear and a pig mask.
Yep.
And that's it. Like no other characters showed up. But anyway, let's move on up. We have our last but not least, an 11-year-old boy caught a fish with human-like teeth in an Oklahoma pond. Yikes. That is definitely human.
Yeah, I've seen that fish before.
Yeah.
Not that exact one, but those things.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is nothing new, but this is like, I'm wondering if these are a product of mutation because of nuclear things and all that crap. Like,
it is Oklahoma, so maybe it's just like homunculus.
Huh. It says Jana Clinton was sitting on her back porch watching her son Charlie, the age of 11, fish in a pond behind their house in Oklahoma this past weekend when he suddenly started yelling for her. Yo, Rhomus, welcome back. I see you finally unmuted yourself.
I was in the gym.
Ah. So how was the gym?
It was short-lived, but it was good enough.
All right. Anyway, the article continues on. It says here, there's a couple quotes here, so I'm just going to go down to this paragraph here. It turned out that Charlie had landed a pacu, a fish that's a cousin of the piranha, and whose outsized teeth have long struck fear in swimmers. The pacu is a native of South America, but this one was swimming in a small pond in the Clinton suburb north of Oklahoma City. Why is it up there? Why are you there?
Like, how did they get there? Did it like do something? Did it pull a cat?
A what?
Pacus in places they shouldn't be.
Yep.
Instead of the cats in places where they shouldn't be.
Okay. And sorry for me adjusting my shirt on camera. It is 100 degrees in this room. It is hot. So. Anyway, actually, pacu have been found in Oklahoma before. That's wild. The fish also has a scary nickname, the ball cutter. Yikes. Wow, okay. Well, and apparently they're delicious. Okay? So please, go to the underbar of the description below for links to this and all the other articles. This is a pretty good read, actually. And
which would you rather get bit by, a piranha or that thing?
Don't forget to catch one of them bad boys and cook it.
Well, I'd rather get bit by that thing because its teeth don't appear to be sharp.
That's what I was thinking, but they're also human teeth, which is kind of creepy.
It is, but piranhas have straight up sharp teeth, and I just don't want that. You know, like.
Piranhas just have literal razor blades for teeth. Like they are.
Yeah.
Nasty.
But I can see how they're related. The body shape is the same thing. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, that shall conclude the show. Once again, you can check the underbar of the description for any links you may be interested in, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual, we stream every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which is 4 Mountain, 5 Central.
And 6 Eastern.
There you go. Anyway, for all you who love us, I'm Xander. We have,
Oh, yeah, I'm nobody.
No, you're
I
Dale
forgot that I wasn't anybody.
You're just Dale Gribble.
No, he is he who is without, identity.
Nobody no nai kaibutsu.
Yeah. Oh, God.
He's Mr. Nobody.
And we also have the Ramaser, and of course, you viewer are you until you guys catch us next Friday, or if you're interested in some history, we have a history show every day at 11 in the morning Pacific Time. And tomorrow we are hoping to premiere our new ufology paranormal show, The Edge of Disclosure, aka Theod. So yeah, until next time, whenever you see us again, until then, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!
Doodles!
Adios.